What's going on? What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of What the Game Means to Me. I'm, of course, one half of the pod, Jelani Brown. Got my co-host again with me today, Thaddeus Bell. How you doing today, bro?
What's good, man? We took a week off, and we back at it, ready to talk some balls. We got the NBA back, some college football going on right now. It's going to be a good show.
Of course, of course. So, yeah, like I said, let's not waste any time. Definitely, like I said, basketball is back. NBA came back on last night. We had two primetime games. Two teams that a lot of people are expecting or hoping to at least be in the finals to see a little bit of an arms race against really, I guess, really old talent, but still talented teams nonetheless. But both teams actually took L's. The first game we'll hit on, of course, is the Nets and the Bucks. Like I said, it is opening week. We'll also go through some of the games that we that are on right now. We'll pick and say who we feel like is going to win. But Nets and Bucks, just overall impressions. What did you think about both teams?
The Bucks look good. They kind of picked off where they left off. Got some nice additions. Grayson Allen, the rookie Jordan Nora from Louisville. They both played well. Grayson Allen in that starting role. I was surprised to see him starting, but he didn't play that bad. Giannis looks good. Looks more and more comfortable. The Nets, they looked okay. They look a little sluggish coming out. I'm really worried about their bench more than anything. Patty Mills had 21 of their 25 points, so you can't win many games with one person carrying the load and only having 4 bench points. So I'm not too worried about the Nets. It's the first game. People come out slow. I know they'll bounce back nicely. Hopefully they can let that Kyrie thing go and not let that be a distraction throughout the whole season, or just do something to get that off their mind, because I know they're going to keep asking the questions, but not too worried. But the Bucks look good. The East is going to be fun to watch again.
Yeah, they definitely look good, like you said, and they looked hungry. Like they looked like a team that, I mean, honestly, was almost in mid-season form. Giannis, I thought he was going to have a triple double like within the first quarter and a half. Like he was just doing everything. But yeah, they looked really, really good. Like you said, a lot of people kind of slept on because they felt like they didn't make many offseason additions, but they kept everybody in house. And like you said, I think the Grayson Allen pickup was a really, really good pickup. And like you said, Awara, he surprised a lot as well. I think he might have been on. He didn't play much last year, but I guess he learned under, I guess, some guys that were ahead of him, PJ Tucker, some other guns, and when his time or his name was called, he shined in his moment. So he said that bench is going to be really, really key. I forgot they got George Hill as well. It's another veteran guard, that can come in, run the offense, but also play pretty good defense as well. So they have a nice little squad. I don't, I'm still not picking them the favorite to come out of the East. Like you said, there's other teams that still will, like you said, with the Nets, they just were looking really, really sluggish. Patty
Yeah.
Mills, that was a great signing though. I think he hit like his first 5 threes. He had like 15 points, and like I said, by I think mid second quarter. But there's some other teams that still got to get in getting mid season form. Obviously, it's the first game. Like you said, it's nothing much to, I guess, fret about. But the Bucks do look serious. They look like they want to repeat, and they did it all even without Drew. I know he got hurt pretty early on, so that's another testament to just how deep they are, and we might not even thought they were as deep as it seemed or appear on the outside. But Giannis looking like he might take a third MVP in a row. It could very well happen. I don't know. I picked Durant this year, but Durant got outplayed a little bit last night. He did his part, but Giannis was just everywhere and doing everything just like a normal. But do you think, real quick before we move on to the next game, do you think without Kyrie the Nets have a shot? Obviously with Kyrie, like everyone's that's why would you not want to have your 3-headed monster? But do you still give them kind of like, what changes do you feel like they may need to make if they don't have him come back this year, which is looking like he's more likely not going to play? That man's not getting this vaccine,
Yeah.
so it's.
I like to play it by ear, like wait, as the season progresses. But I think I'm not counting them out. Last year, I know the Bucks won, whatever. Just like football is kind of like a game of inches. Like KD, if he didn't wear a size 19 or 20 or whatever he wears, they're in the finals. So I think the Nets will be fine. That's that same squad, and they added Patty. They lost Shamit and I think they lost somebody else, but I think that they'll be fine. It's KD and James Harden. As long as they stay healthy, they're good.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to panic too much, but I like to get that situation resolved. With Kyrie, it's a problem, but without him, because you remember those first two games of the Eastern Conference Finals before Kyrie got hurt in Game 3. So
yeah. Like you said, it's obviously you'd rather have him than not have him, but I'm pretty sure they'll get accustomed to it. Like I said, they got guys. Like if he does miss a lot of time, I'm expecting Cam Thompson to eventually get a lot of those minutes. Obviously Harden will handle the ball. Cam Thompson just probably just straight get a bucket for us. So like you said, they got a few things to fix, but I don't know, nothing to fret about the first game. But Lakers and Warriors, another interesting one. Looked like the Lakers could have possibly put it out, but they kind of went flat in the fourth quarter. Outside of LeBron and AD, it didn't look like anybody else really did anything or contributed in any way. But what did you think about this one?
You said everything I needed to say. The Lakers controlled the flow of the game overall for the first, I'd say, 3.5 quarters, and then Steph didn't have his best game, and the Warriors kind of went on a little run and controlled the fourth quarter handily. I'm kind of worried. Literally LeBron and AD were the only two bright spots. Malik Monk was okay. I know he'll hit shots as time comes. Melo will get hot, but Russ was the thoughts we had coming into the season is the space and stuff like that. Russ controlling the ball. Him just like I don't know what when he's coming down the court. Sometimes in his head he just it's the green light. I'm finna attack.
Yeah.
Everybody else on the court is dead to me or blind to me. I can't see anybody else put the ball in the hoop. And he just goes kind of wild and he loses the ball, just throws up a layup looking for a foul. And you see, based on the first two games, they're not going to call all the flopping and ticky-tack stuff that much this season. So it's just going to take time to adjust. But if anybody could do it, LeBron can do it. And I think the Lakers will get better defensively as well because, Frank Vogel, he's predicated on defense. So I think over time, they'll get better and they'll be all right. But my boy Braun looked good, man. Year 19.
Yeah,
I know he's older. I've never denied that he's not what he used to be. He's getting slower, But he looks good, man. He takes care of his body and he looked good coming out. He started off hot and he continued it. I'd like to see him, finish the fourth quarter a little stronger. He went a little cold towards the end, but he need a little help from his teammates. He did enough to get the dub, I feel like, over the course of the game.
Yeah, like you said, you can't put that whole. I mean, you said everybody, I guess, talking about he's the one that you go to down the stretch. Obviously, he's supposed to be kind of like your closer. He's supposed to get you timely buckets, big buckets when you need them. But again, you say he's getting a little older. He had to do most of the dirty work, hard work throughout the course of the game. You need help from somewhere. You say, it just can't be him and AD. He's not at that point in his career where he can just all right, he goes off, everybody else is a dud, and they still win the game. Especially against a Warriors team that got Steph. They got great additions in Otto Porter, still, kept Andrew Wiggins, and then, of course, Jordan Poole, which a lot of people are picking to be most improved player, definitely shined through. He started off rough, but he came out strong in that second half. So that's just a better coach team, a better coordinated team. And they got I guess now 1-2 years under their belt to where they got some of those same guys, like I said, Andrew Wiggins, Jordan Poole, the other guy, I forgot his name. His last name's hard to pronounce. I know he's
yeah, he was who I didn't talking about. It started with a B.
Number 95, yeah. But like I said, their offense just flowed a little bit better. They look good, and they just hung around the entire night. Like I said, even though LeBron and AD was doing their thing, nobody else stepped up to the plate, and the Warriors just stayed close, and then they eventually just took off in that fourth quarter. But again, with the Lakers, I don't know. They had a lot of weird lineups out there. I know they're injured. I know it's not going to look the same from when they are fully healthy and they're in midseason form. Obviously they're still missing Ariza. Avery Bradley started to play a little bit towards the end because they tried to cool off Jordan Poole, but I'm sure he'll get a lot more minutes as he gets accustomed. I know they had just picked him up late last week. And then Kendrick Nunn was out as well. So maybe that's another guy that will get you buckets when guys are cold, such as, Russ or, obviously Rondo's not giving you many buckets. But one thing we all know, I've been saying from the beginning, they're going to need more shooting at some point. I don't know exactly. I know a trade is going to happen mid-season. I don't know how, where, who, what they're going to send out, who's going to come in, but I know they need more shooting for sure. And maybe by the time Malik Monk and Kendrick Nunn, Avery Bradley, a few other guys are kind of in their stride to where they're providing those buckets, but they need more shooting for sure. But good win by the Warriors.
No, I was gonna just add to that, just saying that I think Malik Monk and Kendrick Nunn, when they come back, that'll help. But GM Braun around the trade deadline, he'll start operating. But the Warriors, they're deep at the wing position. I know you were just talking about the people they have. Like Clay's not even playing. Moody played a little bit yesterday, but Kuminga's kind of like a wing too, if you want to call him that. They're deep, like they're deep at that position. But I'm excited to see what the Warriors do when they get completely healthy, and it's a good step. Like I said, Steph didn't even have his best game, and they still got the dub. So
exactly. I'm waiting for Clay to come back. That's the Warrior I love the most. So hopefully speedy recovery. Like I said, they're going to be deep, and it's going to be crazy to watch them play this year. Like I said, I don't know where I had him in my rankings. I think I had like finishing maybe 5th or 6th, that high. I think they could possibly do it, But like I said, some of the games already kind of came on already. One of the games I know we're both watching is Knicks Boston. We're keeping a close eye on this one because when this one finish up, I know the group chat gonna go crazy. So right now they was down by 10. Somebody just hit a free throw. They're down by 9 now. So like I said, we're gonna put up a little graphic real quick, pick some of the games. I know this is one of the ones that's going on. I guess why I put it up there. What do you think about the game? And 2, who do you got winning that one?
I'm going to go with the Celtics. I just think they're the better, well-rounded team. The Knicks are pretty solid. They had a good season last year and coming off a humbling defeat in the playoffs. But I just think the Celtics are the better team and, new coaching staff. I think they'll play well. Just to start off the season, the Knicks will start slow, I feel like. And, Kemba, I could see the Knicks winning because, Kemba's back home. They're in the Garden. He was a Celtic last year, didn't end really well. But I just think, with Tatum, Marcus Smart, and Jaylen Brown, JB started off pretty crazy in the first quarter. I think the Celtics will just kind of not cruise to victory, but find a way to win it in. Because, it's a game of runs, but, they'll be able to acquire those runs. And Jason Tatum hadn't even got hot yet. So
yeah, but I say Jaylen Brown's still going stupid right now. I don't know how many points he got. I'm about to look, but
before the show he had 14.
Yeah, I know. They're just feeding him. Like he just got the ball just now. He just got it stolen from him, but they're just feeding him. They're like, hey, here, and go get a bucket. But it's
he's feeling good off that rest.
Big time. I picked the Celtics as well, just for the same reasons. Like I don't know, the Knicks, like I said, they're coming off a hot season, an unexpected season. But I think they're just a little bit above their pay grade right now. I think they're really excited everything that they got going on over there, but I don't know. They're still missing pieces, and they just got a lot of pieces that they're going to try to put together. I know they just came off this preseason 5-0. I know that's a big thing that they've been talking about, getting hyped about, but it's regular season now. Guys about to kick into form, and like I said, Boston don't look like they're playing around. I think I said it earlier. Like they didn't make much noise. Boston did, but they made decent moves to where they can still stay competitive. And we're expecting Brown and Jason Tatum to go off anyway, which, like I said, it looks like they're going to be doing, or at least Jaylen Brown's been doing it this game. So I picked them to win tonight. That's not to say I don't think they'll be good, but I think the Celtics definitely just have, for some reason, their number tonight, and it just looks like it. So they're up by 10 still. But Pacers, Hornets. Who did you get for or who do you got for that one?
I'm gonna go with the Pacers. LeVert, I didn't look into that part yet. He's not back yet. He's still recovering, correct?
Yeah, I think he's still recovering.
Yeah, but they got Sabonis. They just Malcolm Brogdon just got paid a little bit. Miles Turner. They got some quality players, and I feel like the Hornets are young, but they're still trying to get there. And they're not ready yet. Like as shown in the playing game last year, they got completely, dominated by the same Pacers team, if I'm not mistaken, but they weren't even fully healthy. So I'm going to take the Pacers.
Yeah. And I think they said Dwart. I think that's how you said
Dwart.
He's going off right now. So
that was
nice to see out of your rookie.
The old head. He's an old rookie.
Yeah, he's like 24.
Like 24, yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna turn like 25 at some point, I think soon. But yeah, they say he had a nice little hot start. They say he could have been one of the more NBA ready guys as well. So that's, I guess, at least good for him and for them, especially with, like you said, with guys still hurt and hindering that they don't have in their lineup yet, like LeVert. But I went with Charlotte in this one. I don't know. I just like the young squad they've put together. I think LaMelo will have a nice, a pretty big year. Book night would be nice for them off the bench. They just got a lot of young guys, and they just run and gun. And I guess I like those type of teams that just like get out and go. So I don't know what the score is looking like right now, but I'm picking Charlotte to win. So hopefully they pull it out. This is just one of my, I guess, surprise teams. I still have them around like maybe like 8th or 9th in the Eastern Conference, but they'll just be fun to watch. Like they got a lot of young guys, nice person or not nice personalities, but just fun personalities. And I think they'll take this one for some reason. Like I said, they'll just get up and down enough to tire out the Pacers and probably just take home that win. But Bulls, Pistons, who you think?
I think this is an easy one for me. I'm kind of riding the bandwagon of the Bulls. They picked up Lonzo. They got Lonzo, DeMar. I just like what they're doing. They were okay. Mm-hmm. They had some pieces. They had Vucevic last year and Levine over there by themselves, and I just feel like they made some nice moves, and the Bulls are going to be relevant again. Not winning playoff series just yet, but I can see them, sneaking in at 8 or 7 seed or playing. So I like where they're headed, and I think they'll not cruise, but have a opening night victory versus a nice little Detroit squad. I like their guard play.
Yeah, I'm about to say Detroit, they're gonna have a nice guard play, but K not playing this first game, so I don't know if I'd give him much of a shot anyway. He was playing. I think
Killian Hayes and Cunningham, they're top low backcourt.
That's gonna be a nice little backcourt for sure. But I think the Bulls take this one tonight as well. Everything that you said, but DC Raptors.
Both these teams are not the best, but I'm gonna go with the Wizards. The Raptors lost their, I don't know if you say Kyle Lowry's their best player in franchise history. Maybe because he got a ring, but I think DeMar's a better player. But I like the Wizards in this one. Picked up Kuz, got Spencer Dinwiddie. They have Bradley Beal, who's going to get you some buckets. So I would feel like they scored enough points to win. But I'm interested to see where I don't even know if this is a rebuild with the Raptors, but they're not contending anytime soon. So they got to be doing something, starting over. But I like the Wizards tonight.
Yeah, I think I went Raptors. I don't know. I think the Wizards just have way too many moving parts. They got guys and pieces that I think can help them be in the mix at the, I guess the bottom portion of the Eastern Conference, vying for a playoff spot. But I think they just had too many pieces that's coming in. There's too many moving parts. Like, I guess I just want stability. Raptors, like you said, they did lose Kyle Lowry, but they still got, OG, Pascal, Van Fleet, like guys that, have been there, been in the system. So I think at least for the opening night, they will win. I don't know how they'll fare the rest of the season. With Pascal being probably your best player. I know OG's expect to have a big year. A lot of people picking him maybe to be most improved. So I don't know. It's definitely going to be, like I said, interesting game. I went with the Raptors just because they probably got home court advantage. But Rockets and Minnesota. I think this one's going to be a fun game between two teams that suck and not going to snip the playoffs. But the Rockets got a lot of young guys. I think I'm really excited to watch. Obviously, Minnesota does as well with Anthony Edwards, Cat, even D'Lo still. So it's going to be an interesting game between bottom feeder teams. So who you got? I think I went with Minnesota. I don't remember who I went with. I think I went with the Rockets. But who you got?
Okay, I'm on the opposite end with this one. I think they're both, like you said, two teams that are not contending young teams, but Minnesota has a little bit more experience together. Like all Jalen Green and Josh Christopher and Sengun, all they have is summer league together. So I like what they have, though. They got Christian Wood, Kevin Porter, Aaron Gordon coming off the bench. They got some folks. They're not ready yet, but they're gonna score some points. Whether they play defense or not is to be determined. I'm gonna go with the Timberwolves. Cat is underrated to me. I don't know. I mean, in the Twitter world, he's underrated. I know the people that really watch basketball think he's a quality player, but him and Ant are going to be a nice little duo with D'Lo as well. So I just like them. I think Ant takes a jump, even though he, towards the end of his rookie year, he was evolving by the game. But I think he takes another step and, potentially not, I wouldn't say all-star yet, but on the verge, like he has a little breakout first couple of months to where he's getting some buzz for the all-star. So I like the Timberwolves.
Yeah, I definitely see that. I made a little talk about it earlier, so I don't even remember who I picked, honestly. But I think I just want to see the Rockets win just because, I'm on the Jalen Green hype train. I ain't picking for Rookie of the Year, but I think he'll probably end up winning it for sure. But I know they're covered, but I believe it's the 76ers versus the Pelicans at 8 o'clock. Obviously, Ben Simmons won't be playing. We're about to talk about him in a second after we finish going through these games. But I went with them as well still. I just don't think the Pelicans are greatly built, and I think the 76ers still have enough to pull out this win. Who you got?
This is an easy one for me. I got the 76ers. The Pelicans, they lost two of their better players. Well, Zion's just not playing right now, but they lost Lonzo, and all they have is Bi. I know they picked up Devontae Graham from Charlotte, but
Mm-hmm.
they can't compete with the Sixers. Even without Ben Simmons, they're a quality team. You know, they still got Curry, Thibault, Tobias Harris, and especially Embiid. So I think they're going to be a handful, and they're a well coached team. So they'll prevail in week one.
Yeah.
Not week one, game one. I can't even say week one because two of them.
Well, so we too in tune with football.
Yeah.
So we will talk about it in a second. But Cleveland, Minnesota, who you got? Cleveland, I think I went with Memphis, but Cleveland's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be, I guess, a little bit. I think they're gonna surprise a few people. Like obviously, that's like center university over there. Got like 10 centers, but they got also a nice little guard play with Con Sexton. Well, he's there now. We don't know where he'll be mid-season. They may trade him, they may not. But him and Garland, you know, I forgot his name, but I went to McEachern with
Isaac.
Okoro. I don't know why I got yeah, they got a nice little young squad. I like them over there. Evan Mobley showed a lot during preseason as well, but I think this game just isn't. They're not ready for this one. I think Memphis will prevail. Ja and those guys are just a little bit more in tune. I think they'll be ready for a fight, but I think it'll be a close game, to be honest.
Yeah, I like Job Moran and Jaren Jackson coming back. I think he's gonna have a big season this year. Cleveland, like you said, bro, I'm gonna be honest, like they've been terrible since Braun left the first time and the second time. Like literally as soon as he leaves, they fall to the bottom of the Eastern Conference. But I like, on paper they look good. They got Markkanen from the Bulls. I forgot about that he signed with them. Evan Mobley, I've been watching him since high school. He's one of the most talented big men I've seen in a while. So I think he's going to give the league problems offensively. Still got Jared Allen. I know Kevin Love don't want to play, but he's still on the roster. And then, like you said, the two young guards. So it's some promise in Cleveland. Hopefully they could put it together. But on paper they look decent. But like you said, they're not ready for Memphis. And I know Colin Sexton plays with a lot of passion, but he can't guard John Morant. So it's going to be a long day.
It might be.
Like all that slapping on the floor and balling up.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. That's not going. That's not going. He's not going for that. But your Magic actually in the San Antonio Spurs. I picture Magic to win. I don't know if it'll happen or not, but I like regards. I think I had to support my guy Anthony Cole as well. Guys still got Mo Bamba, Wendell Carter. Got a little bit of some pieces over there, almost looking like the Cleveland Cavaliers in a sense. Young guards, young bigs. Yeah. Just got to find a way to put it together. But who you got picked or got winning?
For game one, I'm going to go with the Spurs. I'm not going against the Magic. Like I think they'll be fine. I think they're going to get better. But it's great. Popovich, he's going to have his guys ready to play, and I like some of their guards they have as well. I know they lost DeMar DeRozan, but Kevin Johnson should take a jump. Devin Vassell, our Ridge guy, I expect him to take a jump as well. But the Magic, I think we're gonna be straight. We got RJ Hampton too, who came over from the Nuggets last year. We got Suggs, we got Cole Anthony. So we got young guards, and these guys are younger than us. They graduated high school after us, so
yeah,
guys might be like 21 maybe. So we're good for a while at the guard position. Hopefully some of our draft picks, can step up. But we'll see. Jonathan Isaac, Mo Bamba, but we'll see. But for game one, I got the Spurs. They're just a better old machine, even though they're not what they used to be, but they're gonna be ready to play week one, and they're gonna make the proper adjustments. So I like the Spurs actually kind of easily by like 15. Yeah.
Damn, by 15.
I'm gonna tune in after this. I'm gonna tune in, to see what the young squad has going on. I'm a Magic fan, but like out of all my sports team, I'm like the least invested in the Magic.
Oh yeah.
Sad to say, but I'm trying to change that.
OKC and the Jazz. I kind of breezed through this one. Wow, we can breeze through it. Obviously, the Jazz. Well, the next two, honestly, Jazz. I took Jazz and I took Trailblazers. I think the Kings. I like their guards. Obviously, Halliburton, Fox, and Davion Mitchell as well. But outside of that, I mean, they got Harrison Barnes, Marvin Bagley still there, and he's not one of them. Yeah, it's just a weird mix over there in Sacramento. So I don't have them winning. OKC. All they really have is Shy and Dort. I couldn't even tell you who their big men are. I'm sorry. I can't even think of them right now. But Only other people I can think of their draft picks is Giddey, Aaron Wiggins, like guys like that. So Jazz, Trailblazers easily. Who you got?
Like you said, Jazz are almost the last couple of years they've been the number one seed in the West or fighting for the number one seed. So they're just head and shoulders above OKC, who's they're waiting to use those draft picks in 2027 and 2026. So they're not looking to win any games anytime soon. And then the other game, I got the Blazers. Dame's back. He's ready to rock. I know they're not going to make any noise, but they're always going to be a solid team, and they're just better than the Kings. Darren Fox is a good player. I just hate when those young players get stuck in a really bad organization. It's like not going anywhere anytime soon, but it is what it is. He's a baller, though.
Yeah. Hopefully, I'll say, he signed the extension, so he's going to be there. We'll know about everybody else, though.
Yeah.
Hopefully, this is the year Matt Barton. Probably the game of the day, honestly, if not top two. Denver, Phoenix. I went with Denver in surprise pick. I don't know if it's a surprise pick, but I like their squad a lot this year. Even with Jamal Murray, I think Bones will step in and help a lot. Also with their other young guards that they got. They got Campazzo and a few other people. But, reigning MVP, still over there. Will Barton is back and healthy. They kept Aaron Gordon. Obviously, Michael Porter Jr. They're expecting big things from him. So I just picked Denver. It really could go either way, but I like Denver tonight. What about you? Hold on, I don't know if I can hear you. I don't know if everybody can hear you. No, redo it.
Can you hear me now?
Nah. At least
all right, go
on. Maybe everybody else can. But yeah, while Dag is his mic situated, it's all good. But we're like I said, I like Denver a lot. Phoenix, I don't know. Phoenix, the DeAndre Ayton situation is going to be pretty interesting. I don't see how you can pay Shamit and not give DeAndre that extension. You pay pretty much everyone else that you got on that roster as well. You signed JaVale McGee. You give Bridges his extension as well. It's just weird that they didn't give it to him. I guess I see kind of what they're doing, almost like a prove it thing. It might almost be close to Collins. I don't even know if he was demanding a good amount or they just didn't want to give the extension. But I don't know. I think that's a weird situation, sticky situation. But they're another team that I expect them to be in the top 3 for sure this year. But I don't know. I think Denver. I like Denver a lot tonight. I don't think the DeAndre stuff would be, or DeAndre Ayton stuff would be a distraction, but it's just interesting to see that they didn't want to pay him, but pretty much paid everybody else. But who you got winning tonight, Dad? Nah, I still can't hear you. Oh, dang, Left's about to come back in. It's all good. But I guess when he comes back in, we'll get his pick. I ain't want to move on, but we're gonna move on to our next segment, Something or Nothing. Pretty much surrounding all the big news that's happened in the sports world today. And the main one and the biggest one, I've been having this Laker thing showing the whole time. He didn't even tell me. I'm supposed to put on who was winning tonight. But Something or Nothing. Ben Simmons kicked out of practice. Like I said, we'll get Dad's takes on it when he gets back in here. But for me, obviously, this whole ordeal has been something from the very beginning. So it's not really too much of a something right now. It is what the something is nothing in a sense that, we're still talking about Ben Simmons. It's still an issue. It's still an ongoing issue because he's still in the organization. The something to me is the fact that I guess he's acting the way he's acting in a sense. I can see why. Obviously, if your coach and your teammates put you under the bus, you're not going to want to return to the organization. The only reason he returned was for the money. But just the way that he's going about the situation, I just don't know if it's the best. I feel like someone said it best. Like he should have just did everything that he was told, and then when he gets in the game, just jack up some threes. Like that would have been hilarious to me. But just the way he's going about things, like it's hurting him, it's hurting the draft stock, or not draft stock, it's hurting the trade stock, excuse me. It's just hurting a lot of things, in my opinion. It's even hurting himself, like, whatever team he goes to, like people going to see this and like maybe say you don't get your way or someone criticizes you or whatever. It's like, I don't know. You may just act like a baby. You might just cry. You might just, not put your best effort, forward to doing your job. Like you're just kind of putting a bad light on yourself and you're making yourself look a way that isn't, shouldn't be acceptable amongst your peers. And just in general, to be honest. But let me see. There you go. All right, Dad, you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Nah,
I'm good now.
Nah. You might be able to try without the mic. It might work without it. More likely, it should work without it.
All right, am I good now?
Volume up on the laptop.
I don't
Turn
know
the
why.
mic up on the laptop.
This is acting crazy.
All right, well, he gonna be back, but yeah, like I was saying, I just think it's personally hurting him in his image. Like that's just something to me. Like it's nothing that he got kicked out. Like honestly, I would have bet money on that if there was a parlay on it or whatever. I would have definitely put money on Ben Simmons getting kicked out of practice. But I just think it puts a bad light on him and whatever organization he goes to. Like I said, it's not going to be the last time he receives criticism. Like he's an all-star. He's a highly paid player. He's a young guy, supposed to be promising with a lot of talent. So it's like you can't receive criticism or get criticism and then kind of act this way. Like I know it was pretty bad in the way it happened and how it happened, but you just kind of still got to go about it, in a professional way. But that's only something to me. It's nothing that he got kicked out. It's nothing that he's not going to play for them. It's just something that he's acting the way he's acting in a sense to me. But it seems like I might have to go rest of the show solo, which is fine. We said we're going to try to see if we can get Dad back in here in a second. But next, out of our Something or Nothing segment, we got Deshaun Watson possibly getting traded to Miami and Tua possibly going to Washington. It's supposed to be a 3-team trade, obviously, I think, between Washington, Miami, and the Texans. To me, it's something for a lot of reasons. One, with Tua, like, is this kind of like they're succeeding, just kind of saying this was a failed pick, a failed experiment? Last year they flirted with him in and out of the lineup with Fitzpatrick when he was doing well and when he wasn't doing well. Even this year he got hurt. He came in, they drafted him hurt. So you say, I don't know if they think he's maybe just a little too nimble, too fragile. Feel like he just really isn't the quarterback to get them over the top, but feel like the rest of the roster is put in place for them to succeed and do something. I don't know. Like it's a lot of something on Tua because like I said, it's only his second year. Like, he's had to deal with injuries though. He's dealt with very mediocre play. This year was supposed to be the year they kind of took off because they gave him a lot of weapons on offense and the defense was kind of already bolstered up to be pretty good. So I don't know. It's definitely something for Tua. And then him going to Washington, a team that's similarly built. Their defense hasn't played up to par whatsoever this year. Their secondary is trash. Their front four hasn't been, what's advertised. Their linebacker corps really nothing either. So that defense hasn't played that well. Their offense is pretty good. They have McLaurin. They have Gibson. Curtis Samuel's in and out. He's hurt a lot, but they're similarly built to where, like, I don't know if that's a great situation for him to succeed in. I just don't know. It possibly could be. I don't think that offense is really tailored around him, so I don't know why they would want to get him other than this a young quarterback that has promise, that's better, that they probably see is better fit than Taylor Heinicke. What's good, Dad? Can you hear us now, or you can hear me?
I think I should be good now, bro.
Hold on, could honestly be on my end.
Yeah, because my mic is working.
All right, try now.
All right, can you hear me now?
Nah, I still can't hear you.
All right.
But what was I saying? Yeah, it's a lot of something for Tua. It's definitely just for the whole Dolphins organization as a whole, for them to want to make this type of trade. Like, I know Deshaun, like, he's not on the exempt list. He's not technically not able to play. Like, he's obviously a young, great talent. Like, before all of this, a lot of people regard him as probably a top 5 quarterback in the league. So it really just says a lot for the Dolphins organization, what they think about Tua. So I definitely think it's something. And it definitely could be something. It could be, if they do make the trade, he comes in, it could possibly be the savior of their season. What they're 1-4 right now. Yeah, they're 1-4 right now. Obviously, looking up at the Bills, even looking up at the Patriots. They have the same record as the Jets, so they're basically bottom of the barrel in the AFC East. So it definitely could be a turning point in their season. They get him in, except a healthier, stronger, probably a better arm, better legs, a lot of better attributes than Tua at this point in his career. Can definitely help turn that organization around, turn their season around. So it definitely would be something good, for them. And I think it should be a trade that they possibly think about and go through it, because like I say, it just makes their organization a lot better. Like I said, but it's definitely something on like Tua. Are they kind of admitting that maybe they shouldn't have drafted him? Is it a failed experiment? Like I say, he's only in his second year, but he has dealt with a lot, and that organization has dealt with a lot with him being at the quarterback. Like I said, in and out with Fitzpatrick, hurt this year. He played well on Sunday, but it just wasn't enough to put them over the top. Or I guess the defense, didn't come through when they needed to. But I think it's definitely something, nothing to bat an eye about. And it's been said that there's been rumors. We heard it before the season started. It's coming back up now. Someone I think said it was false, but who knows? It's a possibility, that it could go through. And I think it's definitely something, and it would be something for the Dolphins, and would tremendously help them out and turn around their season. So I think they should shoot for the stars and go for it, in my opinion. Whatever it takes, go ahead and do it. But last little something, nothing that I'm going to hit on, see if Dad's going to be able to come back in, is the Braves and the Dodgers. But Braves and the Dodgers, I think they just the game just started about 20-30 minutes ago. Obviously, yesterday or 2 days ago, they gave up a 3-run lead in the bottom of the 8th, gave up 4 runs, and Dodgers eventually prevailed, won the series. Unfortunately, wasn't able to go up 3-1. They're still leading the series 2-1. But this is a story that we've seen so many times with Atlanta teams. We've seen it with the Falcons, mainly the Falcons. We've seen it a lot with them, but we've seen it with the Braves as well. They've given up 3-1 leads as well in NCLS series as well. But I really wanted to ask Dad this because he's more so of a Braves fan. I'm a Mets fan. I'll root for the Braves when they're on, or when they're in the playoffs. In the last few years, when my Mets have missed, but they're still up 2-1. They have a chance to go up 3-1 and come back home and finish the job if they take care of business today. But like I said, we've just seen it so many times: the blown leads, the heartbreaking losses. And this could easily be a turning point for the Dodgers. Like, so they easily could be down 3-0 with looking like not much hope. One more home game, possibly, and just down the dumps. But the way they were resilient and were able to come back, that typically sparks something in teams. And like I said, it really could just be a storybook ending for them. Like, they could easily, like I said, come back and win this series, go on to this World Series, and win that as well. Be back-to-back champions. Because one thing I have seen, and like last year, I said the same thing. Whoever was coming out of the out of the NCLS was gonna win the World Series, and that's exactly what happened. Dodgers did. I felt like if the Braves won last year, they would have came out as well, but it just didn't happen. Or was it 2 years ago? No, it was last year, I think. But this year, it's the same thing. I feel like whoever comes out of this conference is gonna win the Super. Oh, sorry. I think they're gonna win. Okay, Dad said he's gonna come back on his phone, but I think they're gonna win the title, and hopefully that's the Braves. This city, Atlanta, needs, they need a championship bad. I don't even know when the last time we've had a championship, to be honest. I don't know when the last time we've had a championship appearance besides the Falcons in 2016. I think before that may have been the Dream, like 2008 or something. I don't know. But this city is yearning and needs a championship. Like I said, I'm not a Braves fan, but I am pulling for them so hard just for some type of success and turn of tide in this city. And like I said, that blown lead definitely doesn't help things whatsoever. Like I said, it could have been up 3-0, now only up 2-1, but they have everything out in front of them. Like I said, they're in a better position than or we're in a good position. They're still in a good position now. But like I said, if they take care of business tonight and they go back home tomorrow, who knows? They may be right where they want to be. What's going on, Thad? You can hear, or I think I can hear you now. It's just
can you hear me?
phone, so we should be ready.
Can you hear me? Jesus Christ.
Hold on. Like I said, it might not. Let's see. Oh, dang, he left. We're going to figure it out. We're going to get it right. We're going to get it right. But yeah, we're going to get it right. Hopefully he's able to join back in a second. If not, I'll just keep rolling on solo. But yeah, that's what I think. Whoever comes out of this series is going to win they're going to win the World Series, point blank period. Hopefully that's the Braves, but yeah. Okay, it might be my computer. Yeah, my fault, guys. We're having a little bit of technical difficulties. It might be my fault that I can't hear him. Maybe y'all can hear him and I can't. Yeah, it might be my fault that I couldn't hear him. My earphones and stuff is messing up. Let me see. Yeah, we're going to turn that to USB speakers. Bet. Yeah, we're going to wait for something that I want to get Thad's takes on. I think he's about to come back in a second, but I think I fixed the issues that are going on. All right, Thad. I think I got it fixed.
You can hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right. We'll talk about what it was after. We can resume. It's all good.
All right, bet. Yeah, I was like, it's all good. It's whatever. I'll just hit on the something and nothing, but definitely can go backwards and I was on the Braves part of it all, but on the Ben Simmons, I was getting kicked out of practice. Yeah. I went back to we'll go back. Ben Simmons, getting kicked out of practice, like I said. To me, I said that something was more so on just him and his character and how it's gonna look like whenever he does get traded to another team. Like, it's just showing kind of like type of person you are. Like you easily give up, you can't take criticism, like obviously everything that went on, that was, it was bad. Like, obviously you don't want, your star teammate and your coach throwing you under the bus, and then everything, else that went on and prescribed in that organization. But I feel like he has to handle it a different way, because like it's hurting, maybe his trade style, maybe it's hindering him from leaving sooner. Like just do what you gotta do while you're there. Like I know you don't want to be there, you gotta be there for the money pretty much, but don't act like this, get kicked out of practice and then have it making news and then get suspended for the first game. It's like it's just hurting. I think it's just hurting him more in the long run than helping. But I said it was nothing that he got kicked out. Like I could have, like I said, if there was a bet on that, I probably would have put money on it. Like he would get kicked out of practice. Like it was no surprise to me. But what do you think?
I think it was something like just overall the situation, just showing that this is going to be ugly and it's not going to end pretty at all. He's doing whatever he has to do to get out, even if it means, people looking at him a different way. Ben Simmons has always been known as a, high character guy. He's worked hard. Well, he's worked hard. He's played hard. Not, you never had to worry about stuff like that with him. So it just shows how serious this situation is. And he's trying to prove a point. Mm-hmm. He kind of feels like they called his bluff. He came in, people were like, oh, Ben Simmons just bluffing. And he's just showing he doesn't want to be here. Because I don't know where even in high school or college, bringing a phone to practice is crazy. Like in your pocket like that, not even giving it to like a trainer or an assistant coach, but it's in your pocket during the drills. It's just he's really trying to show them that he doesn't want to be there. So I think it's something, and it's only gonna, the situation is only gonna get worse.
Yeah, that's what I feel like as well. Like thought I'd get resolved, but I guess it's not gonna be resolved, before the season starts. But something or nothing. We heard rumors about it before. We heard rumors about it before the season kicked off. Obviously, they're popping back up now. Deshaun Watson possibly going to Miami, and Tua possibly going to DC. I saw someone say it was false, but who we might as well talk about it and dream about it.
Yeah.
But what do you think? Is it something to nothing that Deshaun Watson may possibly go to Miami?
I think it's something. As crazy as it sounds, what Deshaun Watson is going through. I'm a Deshaun Watson believer. Like as a football player, he's one of my favorite quarterbacks. Known him for a while, like coming up through Georgia. But we can't disregard what's going on. But at the end of the day, like for some owners, it's a business. Stephen Ross wants to win. I think not the Giants, the Dolphins have kind of like, even with Daniel Jones, they were trying to wait until Thanksgiving to see what they had in their quarterback. And I think that I really, really, really think that they, they kind of see all the young quarterbacks around him and they know that they have like the bottom tier guy. They saw the two quarterbacks that went before two in the draft and they kind of feel like they gotta make that move.
Sure
It's as much criticism as they're gonna take if they sign Deshaun, especially with all this stuff going around. They might lose some fans, even though Miami fans don't support him like that. But I just think they feel like they have to make that move, and I think it's something because it could happen. I feel like the Dolphins, as early as it's been, Tua hasn't even started a full 16 games, but I just feel like they think they know what they have, and this deal might happen. It'd be a crazy trade because Tua's not like, all right, Miami knows to compete with Buffalo, they need a better quarterback and stuff like that. But for the Washington football team, I feel like this is an upgrade. Heineke's my guy, but I feel like Tua's a little better of a quarterback. He's average. He's not, where everybody hyped him up to be tank for Tua, but he'd help make the Washington football team better. So I think it's something. If this trade happens, it's blockbuster. I think it's going to change a lot. The Dolphins won't, they'll be fine for this year. They'll be fine. I mean, like they don't have to stress about winning this year, but I think they'll be ready to contend if everything goes smoothly with the Deshaun Watson situation. So I really feel like this could happen, and it is something.
Yeah, that's what I said as well. I said it's something like obviously more so surrounding like Tua and the Dolphins organization as a whole. You pretty much hit it. Like I said, they probably feel like they got the bottom tier, the quarterback of that draft. Obviously, he's had to deal with a lot of injuries. He was in and out. With Fitzpatrick, they kept forcing it, putting him in, putting him out, taking him out. And I feel like they surrounded him with a capable enough, or they surrounded him with a roster that was capable of challenging the Bills this year. Obviously, it hasn't gone that way. Like I said, he's been hurt. Other guys have been hurt and haven't played up to par. And I guess they feel like they were one quarterback away. Like I said, Deshaun Watson pretty much like he's probably stronger. He uses his legs better. Just before all this, he's probably regarded as the top 5 quarterback in the league. So I feel like you said they want to win, they want to compete, they want to challenge the Bills for the AFC. Because right now they're tied with the Jets, like at the bottom of the standings, and they probably feel like this can be what turns their season around. Like yes, they're 5 weeks in, 1-4, but anything can happen. Like I said, especially with a quarterback upgrade and change. So definitely something. Don't know if it'll happen. If it does, though, I think it definitely turns the Dolphins season around. They can possibly, I don't know.
No, they're done for this year.
Yeah, so they might be done for this year. I don't think they would vie for a playoff spot, but they probably it would be interesting. It would just be interesting. I would say
really quick, like really quick. You know how you said that like they might be done. Even if Deshaun comes, I think he would get. Would he get put on the commissioner's list until the stuff happens? And like even if Deshaun was cleared today, their defense isn't playing how they did last year. So I don't think that they'd be able to turn it around like that. What are they, 1-5 now? Yeah, they're 1-5, and they just lost to us. We were a bottom 2, bottom 3 team.
Yeah. Oh, so hold on, just went out again. I heard you hit something. There you go. Actually, no, moving one more time. Nah, you might have to tackle it a little bit more. I'll be able to hear. Hold on, say something now. I was about to say I'll be able to hear it in a second because like I heard it a little shh, and then it'll probably pop on in a second. Nah, I still can't hear. Let me see. All right, bet. Let me see. Ooh, I moved the thing. I just moved the sound so I can hear it out of the thing. Let me see. All right, try to say something now. All right, nah, I can't hear it. Might be the microphone. Yeah, it's toggling a little bit. It should pop up in a second. But this is the main. There we go. I heard something.
All right, bet.
There you go. Yeah, but last one of our little something and nothing. You know, the Braves, your team. Like I root for them because they're the home squad when my Mets missed the playoffs. So it kind of did hurt me a little bit that they lost in the form and fashion that they did. I think it was yesterday. Was it yesterday or 2 days ago?
No, it was yesterday.
Yesterday, right? Yeah. But
Yep.
you know, they blew a 3-point lead in the 8th inning. Gave up 4 runs, ended up losing the game. Was able to go up 3-0, but are now up only 2-1. I don't know what the score is like right now. I'm pretty sure you do though. But they're winning. Okay, that's good. But you know, that means they could have ended off the series tonight, but they didn't. But you know, they blew another lead. Sometimes that's the turning tide in series, especially against Atlanta teams. So my something nothing was just like, you know, do you think they may still lose the series, even being up 2-1, possibly, like I said, blowing that 3-0 lead, being up 2-1? What do you think?
I don't want to jinx them, but I think it's nothing. I've watched every game. The first 2 games were
Hold on, you coming in a little low.
the first 2 games were decided by walk-off, and they could have gone any other way. But the Braves found a way to win. And yesterday they controlled the game all the way to the 8th inning. Like Corey Seager hit a 2-run home run in the first inning, but other than that, they didn't really have many hits until Cody Bellinger hit that 3-run home run. So I feel like they controlled the game besides that one hit. And that's how baseball goes. One hit can change the game. The momentum just changed because Mookie came up next and then hit a double, and the game was over. But I just think the way the Braves have been playing, they're without their best player, and they're just playing with a crazy confidence this last half of the season. And I just think this is their year. Like, you know, I'm not going to talk about us winning the World Series first. We got to get there, but I just think there's a good chance. And they're up 4-0 right now in the 3rd inning, and they kind of the starting pitcher hadn't allowed many people on base, and you know they got 2 early home runs off of them. So I think that the Braves are in good shape, and I think this is nothing.
Yeah, I think it was last year. It was last year, 2 years ago. But I was like, whoever comes out of this NCLS is gonna win the World Series, and that's what happened. Yeah, it was last year because like the Dodgers won last year. So I think whoever comes out this year as well is gonna win the World Series too. So that's why I was saying earlier. Hopefully, it's the Braves, just because this city needs something. I don't know last time we had a championship. I don't know if we've ever had a championship, to be honest. Not even gonna lie. Oh, besides MLS, you know, Atlanta United brought us one in 2017 or something like that, 2018. But other than that, this city needs something, and a World Series would be just perfect. And like I said, what you think?
No, I'm just saying. I think this is the time. I don't know. You know, you can finish up, but I just think that it's looking like the Astros are going to win it because they're going 3-2, going back home with 2 home games up 3. So, but I don't know, man. I got a feeling because I think, and in my honest opinion, I think they should have won the last 2 years. I know that sounds crazy because they knew
they should have won last. They would have won last year if the Dodgers didn't beat them. They would have won last year.
And the year before, when the Nationals won it, they dominated the Nationals, and they lost to the Cardinals in Game 5 on some. They just folded, and the Cardinals ended up getting swept by the Nationals because the Nationals beat the Dodgers. So everything was just set up for them to win the last 2 years, and they didn't do it. So I think this is the year.
Yeah, I think so as well. I'm hoping so. Like I said, I got a Braves jersey. I got a Dale Murphy, and I got a little Braves shirt. So I'll be out there in the parade. Hopefully, if they pull it out. Because, like I said, the city needs something. Like, I'm tired of the blown leads, but hopefully this isn't a turning tide in the series. So they're up 4-0 now, but like I said, we saw it last night. They was up 3 runs, and all they had to do was get 6 more outs, or really 3 more outs because it was the bottom of the 8th. It came with like 1 or 2 outs. Yeah, so they only had like 3, 4, probably 4 or 5 more outs. But regardless, hopefully they're able to seal the deal tonight and then go back home and win whenever they play. But next, like I said, that finished up the Something and Nothing little segment. Next, we got our guy Jeff's power rankings. Of course, to the left is last week, to the right is this week. So I don't know if you can see it super clear.
No,
but
I cannot.
There's not much movement. I think the only movement really, Cardinals are still 1, I believe. Yeah, Cardinals are 1. Bills got leapfrogged by the Rams. Cowboys go back to fourth. Bucks are at fifth. Packers 6th. Ravens 7th. They keep climbing. Titans are at 8. Few teams climbed, few teams fell, few teams climbed in off or bye weeks as well. So, what do you think?
I got it right here on my phone. I think that I like it this week. I was actually looking at this morning, and I was like, I don't disagree with too much. I like some of the movements. I like that the football team, how low they are, because they've been a huge disappointment. I like the Titans in the top 10. I definitely like the Rams at number 1. I think that the Steelers and the Seahawks and the Colts at 20 and 21. I think those teams are going to be fine. Well, not fine, but the Colts are getting better. The Seahawks don't have Russ. Other than that, I like them. I don't think the Raiders should be 12 on it, honestly. But then again, you look at the teams under them. The Browns, they're slumping. The Saints they've been okay. I do think the Niners at 15 is a stretch. They have 2 losses, if I'm not mistaken, to the Packers and Seahawks, and those are two quality teams at the time they played them. But other than that, I don't have too much to say about the rankings. The Chiefs at a 10 is understood. They haven't played well this year. They're 3-3, but that shows how much respect me and others have. Jeff has them at 10, and they played terrible this year, but people know what they're capable of. And with the game on the line or season on the line, I'm taking them pretty much every time. I think I've made that clear that I'm pretty fond of Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. So.
Yeah, I think eventually that defense should get things rolling, or maybe they make a trade. Who knows? Like, I think they made one a few years ago.
They need more than a trade.
Yeah, they do need a lot more than a trade. They need a few trades, to be honest. Yeah,
I think they're a little better.
I feel like they'll get it
more
right. But like you say, I don't think I disagree with too much on here either. I think I'm still on the train that the Raiders eventually are going to fall off. I don't know, but maybe with the Gruden move, maybe it's just a lot better for that organization as a whole. So maybe they do continue to climb. But like I said, them at 12 is a little bit of a stretch. I know the Browns, like I said, they've lost two in a row. Baker isn't looking. Baker's not looking that well, and obviously their running backs are hurt, so they're probably definitely going in the wrong direction. I don't think their defense is going to be able to compensate for the offense and all the injuries that they have. So definitely can see why they're at 13. I don't know. The Vikings have just been squeaking by. They've been just doing some weird stuff. They squeak by a Panthers team that isn't at full strength. They lose to a Bengals. They lost to I guess a Bengals in front of them. I don't see them. Where you got the Bengals at? Oh, you got them at 11. Okay, yeah, they're in front of them. I don't know. They're just one of those teams. I can see why they're middle of the road. Like, they should be better than what they are, in my opinion. But they just don't play it really up to standard, in my opinion. I don't know. But everybody else looks like they're in the right spot. Jaguars moved up 2 spots, looks like. That's a big thing. Forgot. We were supposed to do congratulations. Congratulations. Jaguars finally in the streak. 20 game. Was it 20 straight? Or was it longer than that?
Yeah, bro, I don't really approve of you kind of disrespecting my team on the show. I know, it is what it is, bro. I'm not happy about it.
I feel like you're not happy about it.
I'm happy about it, but I'm not, like people are like, oh, congrats, Jags finally won. Like, yeah, we're supposed to win. We're an NFL team. Like, I don't like being at the bottom. So, yeah, we're supposed to move up. We're going to be in the 20. Before the season's over, I got a little hot take. We're going to be in the top 20. So,
in the top 20?
I hope so. That's a hot take.
Y'all have been improving each and every week. That's why I picked them last week. I picked them to win this week too. And I love pick them. So like, they're gonna win against Miami. I don't even care if Tua is back or not. Like, they'll win this game. Like, they got to. Plus, they were in London, so I just felt like they got that little. Both our teams had a little good luck charm with London. So I felt like they was gonna get the dub. But yeah, they moved up 2 spots. My team moved up 2 spots, 2 in the bye week. So we're looking pretty at 25? Yeah, looking straight. And we were climbing. We played the Dolphins too, so we might be all right. Might even it up 3-3 coming out of the bye week. We might be in for a little run that we're gonna put together. I can see it. But here goes the results of our NFL pick'ems. I've extended the lead a little bit by 4 games. The only ones I think I got wrong, I got the Broncos wrong, I got the Bills wrong, and I got the Seahawks Steelers game wrong. Because I think I went Ravens when you went the Chargers, and you went another one that I didn't go. Forgot which one it is. But let me see. Is it popped up yet? Can you see it?
Nah, I can't see it, bro. We can go. I don't. All I need is I'll say the games off the schedule. I don't need it on the.
Oh no, I don't even got them up yet. I just got the results up. I think I went 11-3. You went 9-5, and I'm winning 64-30, and you got a 60-34 record right now. And I was saying the difference is I think you picked Chargers and I picked the Ravens, and then there's another team you picked that I didn't pick. And
I picked the
Panthers.
You picked
the Panthers, and I picked the Cowboys too. You picked New England.
Yeah, so I was wrong on that one too. Yeah.
So I think the ones you got wrong, you got New England wrong, you got the Panthers one wrong, you got dang, I just had it up. I might have to bring it back up. But basically you had 5 of them wrong. I had 3 of them wrong. Because I think the ones I know was a difference was the Charger ones because I picked the Ravens, and then the Panthers one because I picked the Vikings. And then most of the other ones we had similar, or we flip-flopped because I picked the Seahawks and you picked the Steelers. And then you picked New England and I picked the Cowboys. So we're only down by 4 again. You tied it up, I think, 2 weeks ago, but now we're getting back on track with it. And now we got to do our picks for this week. But also talk about some of the key games as well. We could talk about Thursday night. I don't know how great of a game it's going to be. Denver's on the downfall, as well as Cleveland. Case Keenum is slated to start. But so what do you think, I guess, about the Thursday night game that's supposed to happen tomorrow?
I think it's going to be a sloppy, low-scoring game. Teddy's a starter, but he's really kind of like, a backup quarterback in a way. I just think it's 2 teams trending downwards. Denver started 3-0. The Browns have lost 2 in a row and not looked very good. I think it's going to be a sloppy, low-scoring game. Denver's hampered by injuries. The receiving core is not what it was to start the season. Bradley Chubb is still not back. The Browns, Jarvis Landry might be coming back soon, but the running back room is, injured. And with the backup quarterback, you want to establish the running game. You don't want Case Keenum dropping back 40 times a game. So it's just going to be rough. And I think, Von Miller has a long day. And originally on CU Sunday, I picked the Browns when we talked about this game because I thought Baker would be playing. But on the short week, I don't know, man. It's a tough one. I know it's in Cleveland, but I think I'm gonna go. Let me stop because I want some Baker controversy. I want Case Keenum to pull the dub out 20-17 and play kind of well. A little bit better than Baker, to where there's some questions and people, starting controversy.
I think he'll play okay. I think he'll play okay-ish. Not gonna lie. I think he'll hit Odell Beckham for a few passes. I think Odell will be in for a nice little night. But
hey, if he completes one pass to Odell, they're gonna go crazy. Like, why can't Baker get the ball?
They're gonna go crazy. Like, oh yeah, they finally got a quarterback that can get Odell the ball in stride. But it's gonna be interesting for sure, just because, like I said, just all the injuries Cleveland's dealing with. Denver, like I said, they're trending downward in a sense. They're on the road. Just haven't looked the greatest the last few weeks. Started off hot with the 3-0 record, but lost 3 straight. I don't know. Like I said, I'm pulling for the Baker Mayfield controversy as well, to be honest. And I think Casey Keenum, he's capable. He's been a backup for a year now, year and a half. So
a little more than a
year. Yeah, it was like about a year and a half or something like that, probably almost 2 years. But I think he's capable of pulling out this victory for them and getting their season back on track. I'm gonna go. It's going to be low scoring for sure because both defenses are pretty good. Both offenses are not good at all. So I'm gonna go like 23-17. That's still probably high. But I'm gonna give Cleveland that extra little point. They'll probably kick a field goal, try to extend the lead, and then have to get a key stop towards the end of the game with Denver trying to drive or whatever the case may be. But I'm gonna go with Cleveland in this one. Before I guess we hit on the rest of the games that we may have picks for. This week is kind of sorry for matchups. The only 2 that are probably decent, It's maybe Kansas City and Tennessee. Tennessee just came off a big win against the Buffalo Bills, but their defense is trash. So is Kansas City's defense, but both offenses are decent. Like, not decent. They're good. They haven't played up to par like I would expect them to in most games, but they're pretty good. And then the other big game would probably be Cincinnati and Baltimore because that's the AFC North showdown. Both teams, I believe, are what, 5? Well, no, Cincinnati I think is
4-2. 4-2.
Baltimore. Yeah, so guess we'll hit on Kansas City game first. What do you expect out of that one, and who do you think is going to win?
It's going to be tough, man. You know, the Chiefs' defense isn't good, and Derrick Henry's been cooking up week by week by week, just getting stronger. I think it's going to be a shootout this week. I think the Chiefs are starting to, you know, they're going to – Mahomes is starting to realize that, you know, take one play at a time. Your defense is bad, so maybe you on your scoring drive, you don't have to score in one play, you know, give up a little clock, especially playing Derrick Henry. I think the Chiefs are going to come out with the dub. I think the defense – They've never been good when they've had Mahomes. Mahomes has just, you know, kind of masked them. But this year they're being exposed. And I just think they'll get better. Like in the past years, they've gotten better week by week. Honey Badger's going to be Honey Badger. And when they start getting healthier with Chris Jones and Frank Clark and everybody else, I think that they'll start to turn it on. But I think they get it done this week in the 38-35 shootout.
38-35, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's definitely going to be an interesting game. I think they'll get it done in the shootout as well on the road. The offense, like I said, came to life a little bit last week, although it may be against Washington, whose defense hasn't played great at all either. None of the defenses that's supposed to be at least decent, like I've really been playing that great. The only one maybe I can say, and even they've had some slumps. Even though they've had, I think, injuries in their secondary besides, you know, a few people, but the Rams, like, they've maybe been the most consistent defense, maybe. Them in Tampa Bay, possibly, but Tampa Bay also had a bunch of injuries in the secondary, and they've had points put up on them as well. But I don't know. Just going to be, like I said, it's going to be a shootout. It's going to be a fun game, I think. It's definitely going to be high scoring. I can see it being high 30s, maybe even low 40s, like a 41-38 type deal, something like that. Because, you know, like you said, King Henry's going to run all over them. If Tannehill can get the ball to A.J. Brown and Julio, then maybe some trouble for Kansas City as well. But Kansas City also has nobody that can stop Tyreek Hill. Like, what, Janoris Jenkins may be their best corner, maybe Caleb Farley, because Christian Fulton, I know, is out. So
Caleb Farley might have tore his ACL, so it's going to
be worse.
Yeah, he might have. I didn't look into if they got the X-rays back, but this was less than a day ago, and if they're getting an MRI for a torn ACL, it's not looking good for him this week at all. So
yeah, it might be over for them. Their secondary is about to get all ran through. Then, like Kelsey and everybody finna have a field day. Kelsey, Hill, Hartman, all of them finna have a field day. So it definitely is gonna be a high scoring game. It's tough for me to pick as well, but I think I want to go Kansas City. I just can't go Tennessee for some reason. I don't know. Something's telling me Kansas City will make a timely stop or a timely play, whether it be offense or defense, and they'll end up winning the game. But lastly, before we go through the picks, Bengals, Ravens, who do you think would take that one?
Say that game one more time.
Ravens and Bengals.
I was looking at this one. I think the Ravens, you know, they started slow. They were barely beating sorry teams, and last week happened. You know, they were getting disrespected. Everybody picked the Chargers, and they literally – I watched the game. This is the first time I've seen Justin Herbert, like, not have questions because I'm not an overreactor, but, like, he just didn't look good. Like, he was never comfortable during the game. And I think the Bengals are, you know, coming into Baltimore and going to get that same type of – not the same type of domination, but I think the Ravens, you know, they win – I'd say 10. The Bengals have played well. They've shown they can compete, especially that game versus the Packers. Last week they dominated the Lions, and the Lions almost beat the Ravens. But I just think Lamar is finding the groove. He's getting Rashad Bateman back. Hopefully Sammy Watkins will come back soon too. And I just think that, you know, he's on a roll right now. The defense, he had lost all his running backs. They're playing, you know, running back by committee, and they lost people on the defensive side of the ball, but they're just finding a way to get it done. So I'm going with the Ravens by 10. So I'm going to go, I'd say 31-21. But I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, Joe Burrow and them come out with the dub because they look better. Like, it just as a whole, as a team, their offense looks good. Their defense doesn't look that bad, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. I was gonna go with the same score line. Like you said, the Bengals definitely have shocked. They've had a lot of big plays too, like I guess offensively big time plays. From Burrow to Chase, and he come pretty often as well, at least more often than I would think. But a lot of big time plays. It could be one big play type game as well. Like I say, it could be real low scoring, could be real high scoring. But like you said, the Ravens just have found a way to keep on trucking because, like I said, they probably have dealt with the most injuries, at least if not top 3 most injuries to key players or starters in the league, and they're just sitting at 5-1. Like this look like they keep getting better and better. Like this is probably, I guess, the best year to have all your running backs unfortunately get injured because they actually had some decent ones like that was out there. Latavius Murray was available right away. Obviously, Le'Veon hasn't really played, but Devontae Freeman's been shockingly decent for them as well, even not playing that much the past 2 years. But Lamar is obviously the key guy, key factor. People have continued to doubt that he can throw the ball and call him a running back, but it's just not the case. So stupid. But he's shown that he can kill you with his legs and kill you with his feet. The receiving core has been a lot better, even with Rashad Bateman just getting back into action. Duvernay, I think, was hurt a lot as well. But they just been able to find a way to get it done. I think they're going to continue to do that. They're going to, big brother the Cincinnati Bengals this week, and I think they said they'll probably be a 10-point win as well. Don't know if it'll be 31-21, but I'm just going with a 10-point win overall. So they've looked good, and to beat the Chargers the way they did the past week, like everybody had that. Well, a lot of people had it as a game of the week. I thought it was going to be the game of the week. I thought it was going to be one to keep an eye out on, but they rolled through them with no hesitation. So I think they'll take their business, especially at home too. This week too, but. Yeah.
Bro, literally, before you move on, the fact that they made Justin Herbert look pedestrian for the first time in his career, like literally pedestrian, and then their defense is 100%. It just shows that they're just playing like as a team, they're playing better. So
yeah,
can't go against the Ravens right now. Definitely not going to go against Lamar.
Yeah, I guess they got that confidence right now. Just oozing. They just look good. And it's like I don't want to. It's almost like one of them cheap, like a cheap situation, like from past years. Like you're just like, I'm not going against them right now. And it's crazy, even with all these injuries, to think that. But yeah, like I said, we went through those games, probably the biggest games of the week. I mean, Monday night game could have been okay-ish, but Russ isn't playing, so I probably won't hit on that. Outside of that, I mean, Justin Fields playing against Tampa Bay, that would be interesting. I don't know. I mean, he's looked pretty good like 2 years. Definitely going to be one to watch out for. It's probably the game of the week because it's not at 4:25. So,
and that I'm not gonna lie, that sleeper, the Sunday night game is a sleeper. Like the Colts are a solid team. The 49ers don't suck. I really think that's gonna be a good game. I do.
Yeah.
I really do.
It could be a good game. Yeah, the Colts have been looking better, even though they lost the game against the Ravens in a way they probably shouldn't have lost. They've started to look better as well. Carson Wentz is starting to look better. Defense is coming along a little bit. It's really like, I guess offensively, like they got to continue, no matter what defense you're playing, you got to feed Jonathan Taylor. Like that's going to open up a lot. Like you can't have him only have 3 carries. I was mad too because I have him in one of my fantasy leagues. I'm like, why isn't he going off right now? Like he eventually finished with like 20-something points, but I'm like, scaring me. Like first half, like, you can't give him the ball 3 times. You're playing, who was they playing? Detroit? No, I won't play Detroit. Who was it? They was playing somebody.
Last week? Yeah, they were. I remember that. I remember that. It wasn't. I don't know what was going on.
I forgot what team they played, but they played a bad defense. I'm just like, Jonathan Taylor should have like 50 right now. But yeah, man, let's go through, I guess, the picture real quick. I know we both went with Cleveland, Washington, Green Bay. Who you got?
Green Bay. Washington defense has been atrocious. They're gonna get buzz over back there, and they can't cover anybody. So Devontae Adams, top 2 receiver in the league right now. It's going to be a long day. William Jackson was a bad signing by them. But yeah, I like Packers. I like Packers big because, yeah, I'll go Packers by 14.
By 14?
Yeah.
Cool. Green Bay. Who's next? Damn, can't even see that. Oh, Kansas City and Tennessee. I think you went KC, right?
Yes, sir.
Then Atlanta, Miami.
This is a tough one. I don't want to see you guys be relevant somewhat. Y'all getting back to 500 is going to make you feel good about yourself again. But Miami, they haven't been playing well. But I will send you a text if I have a change of heart. But I think that Tua, hearing the trade rumors and stuff, he didn't play bad last week. But he's going to come out involved and he's going to terrorize y'all defense. But I'm going to go with the Falcons for now. Y'all been playing a little better. Y'all surprised me in the London game, but I'll text you if I change my mind. But for now, I'm going Falcons.
Get our offense guys back too. Get Gage and Ridley. And I think some defensive guys come back too. Marlon Davis and I think Kendall Sheffield, somebody else too. So we should be all right. Coming off a bye week. We should be healthy. We should be good to go. But Jets, New England.
This one's not even going to be close. The Pats. Everybody talk about Belichick. He's sorry now, but with that roster, they're able to compete against teams that have 10 times a better roster. Like the Bucs and the Cowboys game shouldn't have been close, and they both went down to the wire. So they're a quality team that's going to sneak up on folks, later down the line. So I'm going. I got the Patriots handily.
Giants and Carolina.
All right. This is a tough one. Sam Darnold coming back to MetLife. I think, he's been playing bad, but he wants to bounce back going back to MetLife, even though he's not playing the Jets. But the Giants, besides last week, they played okay. Before Daniel Jones got hurt against the Cowboys, they were playing fine. I think they're an okay team. They just couldn't finish. But, this is a sleeper pick because I don't want Sam Darnold to struggle, but I think they reel and the Giants pull off a close one this week.
Giants.
Hold on. You know what? I got to check the injury report completely because, half their team is injured. Tony, Galladay. So I'm gonna go with the Panthers. I had to change that one up. I think Sam Darnold plays good at MetLife, returning to MetLife.
True. We can change this up to time of kickoff anyway. We typically do it anyway. So who is next? We have Baltimore, Cincy. You already said Baltimore. After that, we have Vegas and Philly.
No Gruden. Derek Carr is taking off a little bit. Not saying he's taking off just because he's not there, but the distraction is gone. They played well last week. Great road win, and Philly is just. I don't know what to say about Philly right now, and they're losing offensive linemen left and right. Like they started healthy, but now they're dropping like flies, and I think that they just continue to struggle.
Yeah.
And their defense is not good. Their defense is not good, and Ruggs has been getting better week by week.
Oh, yeah. I think that's all like Gruden being gone. I think Derek Carr finna have him a great rest of the year now. He's going to take off. But Rams, Detroit. No, Rams. I'll just put the Rams down.
I can't even believe this is like I got to check the spread for this. I know it's at least 14, but Jared Goff going back to LA. I think he'll play well. He'll put up some numbers, but the Rams will win. But I do think he'll put up numbers. It's personal. This stuff is like this dude traded you. He traded you and 2 first-round picks for a guy that you're like 7 to 8 years younger than. Like it's supposed to be the opposite way around. So take it personal. But yeah, Rams by 14. But Goff might throw for 400.
Might have to. They might be down 14-0 in like 3
Yeah,
minutes.
you're right. But Aaron Donald's gonna. I don't know. Passing every down against that defense isn't the best. Dropping straight back.
That's not the. Yeah. So who knows? Maybe they'll probably get the ball to Swift a lot, whether it's handoff or swing routes, whatever the case may be. But Arizona, Houston.
I can't believe I just did this again. Can you hear me, bro?
Yeah, I hear you. Well, no, I want to wait now. I could hear you when you asked if I could hear you.
Arizona by 20.
There we go.
It's not even going to be close. J.J. Watt and D-Hop reunion game. Even though it's not, D-Hop will go for $150 and a couple touchdowns. This season, not like they're not targeting him, but, college is spreading the ball around. He has a multitude of weapons, so he's doing what he has to do, being a field general. But this game's a little different. D-Hop might be like, yo, you're going to have to throw me a couple extra. Yeah. But, yeah, they're going to dominate. J.J. Watt's going to have 2 sacks, maybe a 4th fumble.
Then you're going to have a second and 4th fumble?
Yeah, half a day you got to against your old franchise.
Yeah. Like I said, not Houston. Yeah, just against them, just to show them. But
Yeah.
Tampa Bay, Chicago.
Tampa, but it's going to be closer than people think. Chicago's defense has been playing better, and Matt Nagy, everybody gave him hell week one. Well, the first week Justin Fields started, and I think he's gotten a little bit better week by week, and developing the game plan around Justin Fields. So I think they do that once again. And Tampa's defense is not good, and their secondary is not good. And Allen Robinson and Mooney, he likes those guys. So hopefully they can get something going. And I think this will be a good one. I'm gonna go Tampa 31-23 by 8. But Justin Fields has a nice little showing.
Indy and San Fran.
This is a tough one. Like, this is a game I would not bet on, but for the purposes of the pick 'em, I'm gonna have to go with San Fran only because they're at home. Like, I feel like this is an even matchup in a way, but
yeah,
San Fran has lost some close games at home, and I think that they just find a way. They're coming off a bye week. They're getting a little healthier, even though they just stay injured. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's they're in Cali or the medical staff, but they stay injured. But the bye week will give them some time to freshen up, get Trey Lance back. I'm interested to see who starts between Trey Lance and Jimmy G. Probably going to be Jimmy G, I think, because Trey Lance hurt his throwing hand. So, we'll see. But I'm going with San Fran in the close one by 3.
Yeah.
And, the last game, this is a quick one. I give credit to the Seahawks, though. This might just show how sorry the Steelers are. But they played well last week. It was a good game to the point where I lost money on my bet because I picked the spread and they covered, sadly. But I'm going to go Famous Jameis. He's had a couple bad games. The Giants game wasn't bad, but the Carolina game was bad. But, they bounced back nicely. Had a nice one on the road versus Washington going into the bye week, and I think that they'll roll. The 12th man is the 12th man, but it's not the same without Russ behind taking the snaps. Yeah, so I got New Orleans, and hopefully this is a good week for me. I think I'll catch up to you, but I know we're not going to differ on too many picks, so hopefully I'm going to do what I can.
Yeah, probably not too many. Too many, because the first one, this first game, I might actually go Denver. I don't know. I feel like it's just too much. I'm gonna go Denver. I'm gonna be a little different. I'll go Denver. I got a few games to play with, just because I feel like it's just all I want Casey Keenum to win. I want him to win, but I don't know. I just feel like it's just too much. Like, he's coming in. You lost your two running backs. Like I said, the defense. They played well, but this last week and the last few weeks, they've given up a lot of points. So, I don't know. I think Denver can pull this one out on the road for sure. I'll go with them. Washington, Green Bay. There's not much to say there. Washington, we lost to them. They just don't look good. Kansas City, Tennessee. I'm going to go Kansas City too. I wouldn't be surprised if Tennessee wins, though. They're at home. Obviously, like I said, that they can run and probably pass all over Kansas City as well. But I'll go KC. I think they're going to start to find a groove. Like, this is where they start to get into that form. Even though that defense is ass, they got to get one or two timely stops, because Tennessee's defense is also ass, and KC's offense can take advantage of them. So then I'm going to go Atlanta, of course. I think we can win this game against Miami. Warm weather. We should be fine. Coming off a bye week, people getting back healthy, we should be good. New England over the Jets for sure. That's Giants and Carolina, right?
Yes, sir.
CMC don't come back this week, right? No, they don't come back.
Nah, he re-injured his hamstring.
Back on IR, right?
Yeah, so he's out till week 9. And, literally they're 0-3 without him, so.
Yeah. I'm going to go – I don't even know if I can pick a Giants team. I don't know if I can pick them. They have no run game. They have no offensive line. They have literally nothing. Like, their secondary, their defense probably is supposed to be the better part of their team, and their offense is supposed to be better. But like you said, everybody's hurt. I gotta go with the Panthers. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Giants end up pulling it out somehow. Cincy, Baltimore, I'm going with Baltimore. Philly, Vegas. I'll go with Vegas since they're at home. Obviously, I'm going with the Rams. And I'm obviously going to go with Arizona as well. Chicago, Tampa Bay. I'm gonna go Tampa Bay. I really thought about that hard. I feel like Chicago has a chance to upset them. Like I feel like their best. The only reason I did is because like they still have a solid front seven, even if they don't have um a great secondary. I feel like they'll get enough pressure on Fields, even though he handles it decently well, and he could use his legs. But Devin White, Shaq Barrett, Devontae David, like they're just as fast. Like whether they spy him or whatever they do defensively, like they probably spy him a few times. Like they'll just have him contained. Like I was thinking, like okay, they may have some problems with him because he can be mobile, but that front seven, they'll get a lot of pressure on him. They'll have a spy on him. They'll make things hard for him. So, but I think it'll be close, like you say as well. But I'll go with Tampa Bay. I'm gonna go with Indy. Did you go Indy? No, you went with San Francisco, right?
I went with San Fran, but that's literally one of those pick'em games. I really don't. I might change my mind on a couple, but for just the sake of the moment,
report comes out. The report comes out. We'll probably change them here or there. I'm gonna actually go with Indianapolis because they've been playing better. Got a few guys back healthy. Ty, I mean, he's Ty. He's just another weapon. I guess he gives Carson to throw to, but. They are going to have some problems against that front four of San Fran, especially they're coming off a bye as well. They should have gotten a little bit healthier. And offensively, like I said, they're more like going with Jimmy G, but Deebo Samuel's been on the tear. It really doesn't matter what running back is there. Like they haven't played terrible. It's just that they've had some pretty tough games to start off the year. So they could be looking at chops at this one, be prepared coming out of the bye week. But I'm going to go with Indianapolis. For the sake of being different, and because I got a feeling that they'll take this one. I think they're 3-3 now.
They're 2-3, but they could easily. No, my fault. They're 2-4, but they could easily be 3-3.
Oh damn, they 2-4. Yeah, they are 2-4. Yeah, you're right.
Remember, they started off with the Rams and the Seahawks.
Yeah. Then New Orleans, Seattle. Got to go with New Orleans only because I don't know. Gino help. I don't want them to win, but Gino I don't know. I don't think they're gonna. He's just not the answer. Like he helped bring them back into the game, but their defense sucks too. Offensively, they're not the same with Gino. He'll have technically like his second and a half game under his belt with them this season. But New Orleans is coming off the bye as well. I think Michael Thomas is supposed to be coming off the PUP list. I don't know if he's gonna play or not, but. If he plays, I think that definitely solidifies they're going to take the dub. But New Orleans, I think the only differences we got right now until we change them is Indianapolis and Denver. Yeah.
That's fine for now. I might change the Atlanta pick, but I mean, the Dolphins aren't playing well, but I just feel like teams get back on track when they want to at the most random times, and I just think that it's that time,
Yeah.
But, we'll see.
Yeah.
But it's hey, listen, it's a slow little race. I'm not trying to catch you right now. I'm trying to catch you by week 18.
It's still a bunch of weeks. I'll be thinking about it. Like it's 10 more weeks still. Well, not even including this one. It's 11 more weeks technically. But you went with New Orleans, right?
Yeah, New Orleans, of course. Jameis, famous Jameis.
But yeah, man, that does it for today's show. I think we pretty much touched on everything, covered everything. Was there anything that we didn't hit on? I mean, we'll probably do it later in a different show. I forgot. I was gonna say we could have threw out in the beginning or in a different show like our predictions for award winners for the NBA or whatever. But I mean, other than that, did we missed anything? Did we got anything else to hit on to say?
We could have talked about college football a little bit, but this was more of a dry weekend. The only thing I wanted to bring up was your Gators dropping the third game, and they're done. So,
we're done. I just want to play spoiler at this point. With Georgia, or at least make it close. Like if we win Georgia game, that's fine enough for me. I'll take whatever crappy bowl game we get, and I'll be cool with it. Because we lost to LSU, that's who we lost to this past weekend, right? Yeah. Off some stupidness. Like we threw 3-4 picks. What are y'all doing?
It wasn't
They wouldn't even have the top two corners. Like, what are y'all doing?
Yep, you're right. I mean, I don't know, but potentially y'all found y'all quarterback Richardson, after that pick, when he finally came in again, he showed flashes, made some nice throws and runs. So I don't know, maybe y'all found y'all guy though at the same time, but it's rough for Florida. We might catch y'all, bro. As sorry as we look.
I don't know about that.
We might catch y'all this year. So I don't know. I don't think so, but if we do, you got to deal with me for a minute,
I think
bro.
we'll carry off the rest of the wins. Maybe besides Georgia. I think it'll just be a close game though. I don't know. Like he threw the pick to end the game though. And he just threw it up too. That's why I'm like, I don't know. But he does show flashes because he's a bigger body. He can run too. You can do a lot more things with him than you can with Emory Jones. I mean, they do the same stuff. He just has a bigger arm. I don't want to say he's more accurate. I think he is a little bit more accurate than Emory Jones, but he's got a big arm, a bigger body.
Like, tell me if I'm wrong. Emory's explosive, but I think just Richardson's just more explosive. Like, I just don't. I can't explain it.
I've never wanted Emory Jones to be our quarterback or starting quarterback, really. Like, even when they was doing the little 2 thing with him and I think he had to do it with Trask and Franks a little bit, but I just was like, nah, I can't. He's just not it. You can just tell when it's like certain guys just not it. Like, the best game he's had this year was that Alabama game. Other than that, every single broadcast, like, they talk about the 2 quarterback system thing, like him not being accurate, a throw he may miss, a read he may miss. It's just like you can tell it's just not it. But at least with Richardson, I think he's redshirt freshman or redshirt something. So we at least have like 2-3 more years with him. So he's definitely the answer. I don't know if Mullen's gonna eventually solidify it moving forward, but knowing him, he's probably still gonna go with the 2 quarterback thing the rest of the year. So whatever. I think he gives each like 2 series each. Like, it's weird, but
that stuff it's never good for the team. I understand, like, you're trying to find your guy, but the offense can never just get comfortable, and that really is a thing. Like, the offense getting comfortable behind a certain quarterback like that really is a thing. And,
yeah,
2 series might
sound like a different way. Ball come out a different way.
I mean, yeah, for the receivers, maybe if they're a lefty and a righty, but that's about it. They might throw, one guy might have a little bit more touch than the other. One guy might be kind of like Trey Lance, for the most part, throws a lot of fastballs. It's a difference, but I mean, it's a tough situation. But I think you got to go. And when I try to become a coach in a couple years down the line, when I finally decide I want to do that, well, back in the day, they would always say you got to go with the younger guy. So if they're equal, which they're kind of equal, but
yeah,
Richardson's had big playability. He's shown he can. The moment's not too big. I would go with the younger guy because he's going to be there. I know Emory might have another year or 2, but Richardson's going to be there for 3 more years. So
exactly. Yeah, I'm looking college football wise on game. There's a game on right now, Coastal and App State. App State's.
Yeah, I'm gonna tune in. I got a former teammate that plays receiver for Coastal right now, or a former teammate at Charleston Southern. So
they got the ball right now. They I didn't even realize they ranked 14.
Bro, they haven't lost all year. I mean, they don't play anybody, but last year they went undefeated and they lost one. They lost to Liberty in the bowl game, and they beat BYU. So they've been constantly getting better, bro. And then the kid from Grayson, that played with Jemias and them, he's the quarterback for App State, Chase. So yeah, I'm about to tune in and watch them, most definitely. But it's a good episode. We'll have a lot to talk about next week. Looking forward to college basketball starting off. Looking to see what Baylor does, and just looking forward to an interesting week of MLB playoffs and NFL and college football and NBA.
Well, hopefully next week we got a lot of wins, a lot of good news between both of us. I'll be happy if the Braves have the series wrapped up and then the World Series. My Falcons get a win. Hawks get a win tomorrow. And like you said, college basketball is quickly coming. I didn't even realize. I always because they always start after. Like with football, it's switched. Like they start before NFL, but college basketball always starts like some weeks after NBA already starts. But definitely was a good episode. No, it's some technical issues on both of our parts, but we'll get it all fixed up and clean up next week. But appreciate everybody for tuning in. Appreciate y'all for watching. Shout out to everybody from Off the Ball Network, and shout out to sponsors MyBookie and MyBookie and Ice Shaker. If you go to their websites, use promo code Off the Ball, you can win big with us. MyBookie, I think, matches up to $1,000 first deposit. So definitely go check them out for all your bets. And a lot of guys bet on the network and actually put out pretty good parlays, money lines, all those different things for you to win some money. A lot of guys are on the positive side, I believe, this year. So definitely check them out. Check out the articles on offtheballnetwork.com. And like I said, use some of their bets and get some money. I still gotta figure out how to do the my bookie thing. I ain't gonna lie. Like I know I gotta use crypto.
Nah, you're right.
You could tell me, yeah.
Mhm.
I think I still gotta use crypto. I still gotta figure it out. I've been playing it safe. Like I've been wanting to make a lot of bets, but I don't even put them in because I don't even know how to use I don't know how to use the crypto yet, or I don't know how to transfer it. I gotta figure out how to transfer it and do all that other crazy stuff on my bookie. But definitely for everybody else that's in betting states, because I'm not in a betting state. Definitely use my bookie, like I said. But that does it for us today, man. Like I said, appreciate everybody for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys next week. Have a good one.
Catch y'all next week.